welcome back to part 2.
Didn't see you there.
I know, you kind of snuck up on us
They
here.
did.
They're being a little dirty for Dirty 30.
That's right.
Well, let's get on to the good of WWE. The Rock, the People's Champion, surprised everybody. And showed up on Raw this past Monday night.
Could we see The Rock versus Ruth?
No.
Probably.
The Rock has seen too many movies to... If he's going to do anything, he may have a match with Triple H.
See, and I mean, I know we're going to probably talk about this later on, but I think it should be The Rock versus Rusev to give Rusev the rub, and then Triple H.
If he lays down.
Triple H versus Sting. That needs to be your
not
two
at
matches.
WrestleMania.
Yes.
I believe we're going to, because the way they worded it.
They're making it sound like it's Rock.
No,
they're going
to wait to 32.
For who?
Triple H and The Rock.
I mean, they could build
That's
it up
going to be
for a
in
long time.
Texas. That's going to be in Texas. It's going to be 100. They need 100,000 seats. They're going to need to fill. That's going to have to be your biggest show. Austin talking about working out. Austin does not need to come back for 31. No, not San Francisco. Austin needs to wait until 32. You need all your big heavy hitters at 32
And
in their last match
that.
or whatever.
And
he doesn't need to come back. Yeah, the way they're talking now, they're like, "You get ready for 31." No, do not get ready for 31.
What would be neat though?
Get ready for 32.
What would be neat though? They at 31 brought him in as a special guest referee. But listen, the person that's in the match that he's refereeing would end up being his opponent for 32.
That would work.
And you could have a year build up because the guy could end up shoving Stone Cold. Stone Cold could give him a stunner, and that could lead to 32.
Yes, but yeah, Austin, they need to build. I mean, 31's going to be big. It's in a big football stadium in San Francisco, but 32 is going to be a lot bigger. It's in Jerry World, and you want to pack out Jerry World. You want to top it. You want to get close to 100,000 people.
Exactly.
But also SmackDown, 15 years.
Yep.
Cannot believe it's been 15
The second
years.
longest running episodic television show
Right.
in history. And guess what? The first one is Raw.
Yes, well,
They have taken over.
they have taken over, but
Simpsons ain't even that good.
it's very surprising for 15 years. Do you remember where you were 15 years ago? I don't. I was
No.
probably watching SmackDown.
Exactly.
And the current plan, since we're not going to have a WWE title match until January, is for for Cena.
Well, see, you just gave away the bad.
No, that's good. It's still good. I ain't the bad yet. Except for that part.
You just said the bad.
Okay.
Okay.
A little bit of bad.
A little bit of bad there.
For the good here, kind of good. Which I don't like either. Unless it's what I thought it was going to be. But Dean Ambrose would be good.
Uh-huh.
But it's going to be Roman Reigns if he's healed up.
Of course.
Maybe he won't be healed up yet. Maybe they'll push him back.
Nah.
That at Royal Rumble, Lesnar will defend the title against Cena for number 3.
Right. There'll be a co-main event, and of course the Royal Rumble.
It's kind of good and bad. Yeah.
It's bad. It would be there will be no more WWE title matches for the rest of this year.
I like that.
That's the speculation.
Don't like it.
The speculation. They
mean,
do have it in his contract now that they can bring him
They
in
need to.
whenever they need
They need to. At least for the one of the big fours, which used to be Survivor Series, until they started screwing with it and changing it up. Can anybody? We have enough people. Hell, we can have a freaking NXT versus NXT Survivor Series match.
They don't write for pay-per-views. They write for John Cena.
Amen to that, brother.
There you go.
Because you are truthful on that.
They don't. It's not about the pay-per-view. It's about let's
It's
see
not
what we
about
can do
that,
for John Cena.
No, you're right about that. Let's make John Cena look good. And speaking of John Cena,
Oh Lord.
they mentioned on SmackDown when he debuted
Uh-huh.
in 2002, 12 wonderful years ago, John Cena made his debut against Kurt Angle. And there are hints out there. Kurt is trying to come back. He may come back.
He might be the special attraction at 31. How cool would that be?
I love it.
Because I had read that he had brought up that he wants to be there, but that they had brought him a contract that was full time, and he said no.
Yes, he doesn't need a full-time.
But here's my thing though. He's saying this will be his last year in the business. 2015 will be the last year in the business. My thing is go out with a bang. I'd say do a full-time schedule for the whole year and be done.
I don't think his body can handle that.
It's only a year, and then he's done.
He doesn't need to do a whole year. He doesn't need to do a whole
But
year.
I mean, I can see why. I mean, why not do part time? They do part time with people like Jericho. You know,
who's coming back, going to the European tour. So
but then didn't he deny he'll be at Survivor Series?
he did.
So he's just going over the European tour and then leaving?
I guess so.
Just to get some ticket sales, I guess.
I guess so. Hey, whatever works. I guess whatever makes money, because they ain't making money right now because all the crap you're writing.
So now we have a stipulation for the Hell in a Cell match.
Oh yes.
With Cena versus Ambrose.
Yes.
Contract on a pole. It's not Vince Russo, Ryan. There's no Viagra on a pole this time. No holds barred match, and the contract will be for a match against Seth Rollins inside a Hell in a Cell match. And I heard the reason why they're doing this is so neither one of them will look weak. There's no pinned and no submission. So neither one of them will lose.
So how does Seth or the Authority come in and cost Dean Ambrose? So Cena, because he'll say Cena is the better opponent. He don't want to face the unstable Dean Ambrose. He wants to face Cena. So he'll make sure Ambrose doesn't make it.
But to me, if they want to make if they want to make Cena look good, they're saying I don't want to face. You want to face the weaker of the two, okay? So why wouldn't you want to face Dean Ambrose? Because they make John Cena up on a pedestal. Why would Vince be saying, "Oh, well, we could do that to where we'll cost him because we don't want him to face Dean"? No, you wouldn't want to face Cena because he's Superman.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to face Cena.
You wouldn't want to face Cena. You would want
need
to
to
have
have
Cena.
Kane and Orton come out there and face Cena.
Well, Kane and Orton may come out there and try to call Cena, but Dean Ambrose will somehow get himself involved, which will leave John Cena alone to get the contract.
I think Ambrose will win.
I hope you're right.
I think he will.
I hope he does win it. Maybe they'll hold it and we'll get Randy Orton again, because they'll add that, even though they done hinted to it.
Right.
They'll add it. No, it's been added. Just added John Cena versus Randy Orton in the Hell in a Cell.
Which would make sense because if Cena loses because of Randy Orton,
but it also can work the other way. If
it
Dean
could work
loses,
the other way.
but Dean doesn't need to lose.
I know this.
This is not John Cena's match.
I know that.
Want John Cena to go face somebody else?
The
Want to go
feud
face
is
Great
about
Khali?
Seth Rollins and Ambrose. That's what the feud's about.
Yes, and that is what's bringing. That's money.
That
Money,
should
money,
be the
money,
main
money.
event. Yes.
Should be. These old timers, these 12 and 14-year-olds,
And that may be where
need to
they're
step
going.
their ass back.
We just have to wait and see. This is all speculation. We
It's
have to
all
wait and see.
speculation.
Because I think they may surprise you.
It'll be a first.
Oh, WWE surprised you. You didn't know The Rock was going to be there.
No,
You were surprised.
I was surprised.
Even though you were on vacation, you weren't watching Raw this week.
A little bit, on and off.
On and off. You're
I
a
could come-
die-hard fan.
I could come in at the 9 o'clock hour and catch what happened earlier because, they show reach.
It's true.
Because I think somebody in Carter's Corner said that.
That's right. Start the show, guess what? You get replayed 20 times.
Yes.
But I don't want to start all that.
Let's go on to the ugly. And Hulk
This
Hogan.
is real ugly.
Hulk Hogan's nephew on a reality show. We can't get wrestling reality. We get Hulk Hogan's nephew on a reality show.
King David Hogan
Oh,
will be
my
hosting
Lord.
a reality television show called My Girlfriend Wants a Girlfriend. This is the reason why he calls himself King, because he's an MMA fighter. It's his nickname. He's an MMA fighter. He posted a clip about the show to his YouTube account and says the show is about 16 girls competing for a chance to be with him and his bisexual girlfriend. And I heard
My God.
From-
That's bad.
from-
It's
they're saying
bad.
that I think that TMZ actually called up with Hogan. Hogan is threatening to sue. He said that he literally has only met this boy twice in his entire lifetime. Now, he hardly even knows this David guy. And guess what? He said the kid didn't start using the Hogan name until now. And he's going to sue him because Hogan is not his real name. Obviously. Because Hulk Hogan changed his name legally. His name is like Bolea or whatever. I guess Hogan's real first name is David's. No, not first name, I mean last name.
Yes. Okay.
Terry, Hulk Hogan's real last name, is this David guy's
He still
last
calls himself David Hogan. No.
name. Hulk Hogan's suing that boy.
Well, that's stupid. He just dropped the part of being the nephew if he's not really the nephew, but other than that,
Well, he's the nephew.
well, then he has nothing to say. Then
He's the
just shut
nephew,
up.
but he's not a Hogan.
Well, Hogan needs a Hogan ain't a Hogan.
Hogan's a Hogan legally, by a piece of paper, to court of law.
Okay.
Hogan's a Hogan.
Some more ugly. Your favorite show, Slam City for the WWE, is getting their own DVD. See?
On DVD.
You can watch it
I ain't
over and
watching
over and
it at all.
over again.
I ain't watching it at all.
terrible. They delete the other thing that was decent.
That was pretty funny.
And they keep this crap.
Apparently it's because that guy's head exploded.
Yeah, okay. So let's get on to
Sad.
the good and the bad and the ugly of TNA.
There's a lot of bad.
There's a lot, yeah. They reached out, or so they say. They didn't reach out to CM Punk.
They say they didn't reach out, but it was a mutual person between the two of them.
To give him a major Hulk Hogan.
They must have called Colt Cabana.
A major Hulk Hogan size contract.
But yet, Gail Kim, they can't afford her. Can't afford Billy Ray. They can't afford to keep around Devon. They can't afford Rhino. They can't afford to keep Snitsky and Ezekiel Jackson. But CM
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. Jeff Jarrett leaves. Everybody leaves. Well, we can get CM Punk.
Yeah.
And you know, Hogan got most of that money. Hogan and Bischoff and Flair were paid by Spike TV. So where is TNA gonna get that money? They ain't leaving Spike.
Yes, and where they're going, they ain't gonna have much money.
Thank you.
That's some of the people they have now, like Paulie and all. That's already left already. No one they left. The door's gonna swing wide open, and a lot of them will be marching on out the door.
Exactly.
Their main guy is gonna be EC3. I'm sorry, he ain't gonna cut it.
I like the character, I like the kid, but
he don't cut it.
Not for the
How
whole
many times
line.
you want to see EC3 taking on James Storm? Not very many.
There you go. But they're saying that Punk has no interest in getting back into pro wrestling at this point. So he showed no interest in it.
No, this ain't WCW. If it was WCW, if they were running like this with WWE, then he would, because you know what? It would probably bump them above WWE, and he kind of stick it to Vince McMahon.
There you go.
But TNA and this, like this, it's not even Ring of Honor, people. It's way down here.
I could honestly see CM Punk go back to Ring of Honor before he ever went to TNA.
Oh, yes.
And he's wrestled in both promotions. He'll go back to Ring of Honor first.
A lot of people go back to Ring of Honor before they go to TNA.
I bet the guy from the Wolves is like kicking himself in the friggin' butt now saying, I shouldn't have
Davey
pissed him off.
Richards?
I shouldn't have pissed him off. My partner can go back and I can't. Idiot.
Samoa Joe will be back there. They can afford Samoa
Eddie
Joe.
Edwards can go back, but not Davey Richards. But this is not really TNA because neither one of them technically worked there. But Bully teased that he and Devon had decided to chase one of their favorite sets of tag titles, while some speculated a return to WWE or even a run of Ring of Honor. That would be cool for them to go to Ring of Honor. The future of Team 3D may have been revealed at Bound for Glory when the duo brought a Bullet Club shirt into the ring and promised to put them through tables. The IWGP tag team titles are currently held by Doc Gallows, which is Luke Gallows, and what was that
Festus.
stupid gimmick? There you go, Festus. And the Machine Gun Carl Anderson. What?
At least it was a tag team.
It was still a horrible gimmick. The Machine Gun Carl Anderson, members of the Bullet Club, the top faction in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So they got away with teasing going to New Japan during a Wrestle 1/TNA event.
It's a TNA/Wrestle 1 event.
It's Wrestle 1. The Suzuki guy will run that thing.
There was no signs for Wrestle 1 around. It was all TNA signs.
Of course it was TNA signs, but who ran the show? That Suzuki guy. But they did get a women's match in there. He said there wasn't going to be no women. There was women. But we want to talk about the bad. Bound for Glory for this week, and TNA's last pay-per-view of 2014. It could be forever. Okay, we're done.
That's bad.
Just
That
bad.
is bad because
bad.
you know whatsoever.
The ugly. Dixie Carter posts and then deletes a tweet mocking the Typhoon heading for Japan. 2014 Bound for Glory this Sunday main event is Tajiri and Muta taking on Storm and Sonata. Can we give away what happened?
We will right back because we're almost out of
There we
time
go.
to say we'll come back. So be careful. Spoilers are coming up. If you don't want to hear it, do this.
There you go.
the
It's
computer-
already filmed. And
Leave the computer on and just put your fingers in
There
your
you
ears.
go.
And we'll be right back to finish up this part here. We'll talk about the ugly and we'll talk about Bound for Glory.
There you go.
It was ugly.
It was ugly.
Boy, was it ugly.
Ugly.